What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. We are at the gym, if you hadn't noticed by the stuff behind me, but fixing to do some posing. It's early in the morning. I know I said in one of my previous videos that I don't really like to pose super early because I'm getting stiff, but this is the only time the aerobics room is open, so here we are. But we're fixing to pose some. Also going to record like some YouTube shorts and stuff, some videos. Demos of different things just to get some more content out there, but we're gonna do that this morning. I had my check-in with Coach yesterday and we had our refeed this weekend, so I mentioned it in the previous video, but I didn't really actually record it. I just, didn't think about it. I was gonna eat it, that's all that mattered, so we didn't record it. But I did have my Chipotle on Saturday and it was amazing. Had a good steak bowl with everything in it, it was good. It kind of, honestly, I kind of wanted to talk about, it made me a little nervous, to have that. I know I had a refeed a couple weeks ago where he just gave me extra carbs to eat, but with me having the actual meal out, something from a restaurant, there's so many more variables that affect what they put in the food, different oils and stuff like that. So I knew it was gonna be higher fat too, not just more carbs. But it just kind of made me nervous, because my legs are not quite in yet. My tie-ins aren't quite showing through. So the fact that I had a refeed and got that extra meal, it just kind of made me a little nervous. But I know there's a method to it, obviously, because we weighed Thursday. I weighed 151.6. Then that's when he told me to have the refeed, so I had it on Saturday. And then I checked in yesterday, which was Monday, so 2 days after, and I was 151 even. So we lost 0.6 pounds even after having it. So obviously it was fine to do. It didn't have a negative effect or anything like that. If anything, it was a good thing to do. Because this week he wants me to check in again on Thursday, and so it possibly might have another one, we'll see. But my body just responded pretty well to that, and my stomach didn't get upset or anything. I was nervous about that too, just with the extra oil and stuff, and having foods that I haven't been eating. But it responded very well, so that was good to do. That was exciting. And we're still, a little less than 6 weeks out, and he was like, this is the time to push. He was like, this is when champions are made, these last 6 weeks, so we're gonna keep grinding it out. My calories and stuff are still the same, steps, everything stayed the same, so that was nice. Nothing changed, because there's no point in changing the plan if the plan is working. There's no point in going lower, doing more, if you're seeing results from what you're currently doing. So that's what we're gonna do, keep doing the same thing. But yesterday I felt rough. I did not sleep worth a crap Sunday night. I just could not go to sleep, and I just laid there. I probably slept 3 hours maybe. I don't know why, I don't know what it was. And I was, tired from the weekend and stuff, going to the meet and all that kind of stuff, but I just could not sleep. So yesterday, I didn't feel as tired as I thought I would be, considering I just didn't sleep, but I slept great last night, so I woke up this morning feeling really good. I got a solid 8 hours, so that was really nice. So I feel good this morning, so we're going to get some stuff done, pose, and then I have push to do, so I gotta lift, and then just start walking like we always do. So we got to, knock that out this morning, have work starting at 11. I was supposed to have a couple other appointments, but I had some cancellations. People are getting sick, so that's standard, But I have, 5 appointments this afternoon, I think. So fairly full day, nothing crazy. But we feel good this morning. So one thing I do want to say, how I was saying, my legs are not in yet, my tie-ins are not there. So, but this is the lowest I have weighed since, I don't even know what I weighed in high school, I can't remember. So I know it's pretty dang low, but my legs are still not there yet. So I am 5'9", so I'm taller. So I'm not gonna weigh 120 pounds. No, we're not getting there at all. And we only have 6 weeks left. So my weight that I was thinking is around 140, 145. Was kind of what I was thinking. Most girls my height, that's kind of what they weigh on stage, but that's just an idea because everybody's different as far as how much muscle they have, so you can't bank on that number. And it's I can feel, if I lean over, I can feel the tie-in kind of there, but it's just not showing in pictures yet. But my legs, I hold the most fat in my legs. That's just where I hold my fat at. Because everywhere else, like up here, I'm pretty lean. Like, I can like feel my ribs showing through, and I like feel bony. Like, but I'm like, my legs still aren't there yet, which is annoying. But that's just the name of the game. That's just how it goes. But like, I feel like scrawny up top. Like, I'm just real bony. My hip bones are showing through real prominent. I have no boobs. They're like gone, left the chat. It's okay, you know. I've never been one of those girls that goes without a bra, just never done it, but I legit could, and nobody would ever know because there's nothing there, but it's okay. But we're just waiting on my legs to come in, but we're gonna keep working, keep doing the plan, following the plan. I trust my coach. He's taken care of me so far this prep, and I know he still, you know, continued to do so, because I've never looked like this before. And I actually feel, you know, not as bad as I expected to be, and I'm still eating more than I was my last prep, and I look 10 times better. So it's just insane how things can change, and you can look so different at the same weight, but your body composition be like a world of a difference. It's insane. But I weigh less now than I did when I stepped on stage last time. That just kind of shows you how lean I was not last time, because I just didn't know what I was doing. But you live and you learn. I'm thankful for that experience. I'm gonna make a reel on Instagram soon showing y'all my stage shots from my first show to either right now or wait till the show day, and it's just gonna be insane because it's so cool. I nerd out about this kind of stuff. Like, I love like seeing new lines and all this definition showing through and striations and stuff like that. It's just really cool. But anyways, I just want to tell you guys that little, what I've been thinking mentally, where I've been at. But we're fixing to get this stuff done. I'll talk to you guys later. Also, guys, I wanted to give you guys a review of the APLs, because I said I would like 2 or 3 videos ago, but I've been wearing them off and on just to kind of get a, you know, form my solid opinion. So they're not my favorite. They're not the most like cushiony soft shoe. So if you have a high arch, I would not recommend these. I don't have a high arch, so it doesn't hurt me to wear them or anything, but they don't hurt my feet. I haven't got blisters or anything, but they're just not like the softest shoe. They're pretty flat, so they may be like okay to train in, maybe like to lift, but I haven't tried it or anything. I've just been wearing them to walk in. But compared to like my Asics, when I take these off and put my Asics on, those feel much more cushiony and soft, more comfortable. So that's just kind of my opinion. I'm gonna keep them. I'll keep wearing them, you know, periodically to do cardio or whatnot. And they look, I mean, they look fine. They're not like, I guess, the most stylish thing, but they're not bad. But so I'll keep wearing them, but I probably won't purchase this particular style again. They have other styles, you know, just like with any other shoe brand. Like, they have ones I know that have like a big wide band here, so it's like a different color, and then the rest of the shoe, and they don't have laces. So those are the ones that are more, I guess, for style compared to these. But I just bought these because they were on sale. But anyways, so I want to give you guys my honest opinion. You can obviously try them out yourself, but they are very flat. You know, they don't have a very thick sole or anything, so they're just not super soft. But I wanted to give you guys that review because I said I would, my honest opinion. Guys, long time no talk. It's Thursday afternoon, fixing to do some meal prep for the weekend, but I haven't talked with you guys in a day or two, so I figured I would kind of talk and multitask at the same time. But I did want to update you, so I checked in with my coach again today. Well, it would help if I turn on the right burner. That'll work. Anyways, I checked in with my coach again today. We checked in Monday. He didn't change anything, kept everything the same. But when I checked in this morning, I was down another 2.4 pounds since Monday. So he gave me a refeed, naturally. But the whole problem was I had already left for work, you know, was already at work, and today was a rest day, so I was supposed to eat like it was a low carb day. And I was already at work when he answered, so then he tells me this, and I'm like, I have no carbs with me, but he gave me a refeed of, I could eat 80 more grams of carbs today and then 40 tomorrow. But I didn't have anything with me. So I was like, well, crap. And there wasn't a way for me to really leave work and go grab anything. So it's 7 o'clock and we're fixing to have a lot of carbs tonight, but it's okay. It is what it is. I can't really help it. But that happened. And then also this morning I packed up my food. I was doing a full day of eating on Instagram today to post like a low carb day. Well, I was doing that, and then I packed up my food this morning and brought it with me to work like I always do. I got it out to eat my lunch, and I had 2 meals that I had packed of chicken and bell peppers and onions because it was low carb. And I opened my containers, and I had packed the 2 containers that had the extra chicken and vegetables, like from when I meal prepped, that had what I had left over. So I packed the wrong dang containers. So that was annoying. But I didn't have anything else with me, and it was going to be another, 5-6 hours before I could eat again. And I looked at it, and I looked at the chicken, and I was like, and I needed 7 ounces. And I was like, that's about 7 ounces. Like, it was pretty close. Like, I know, because I've weighed it enough to know. And then the bell peppers and onions, I measure it out occasionally, but not all the time, because it's just so low calories, it's not as big of a deal. So I ate that. But I was supposed to have another meal right when I got off work, and I didn't have it with me, so I'm going to have it now. But I'm making some rice to have with it because we get some carbs. I haven't made rice in like 3 or 4 weeks because I was like, I'm just not making any because I get to eat a very sad portion of it. So I'd just rather just eat something else, like a piece of fruit or something I don't have to prep, and I might can get something with a little more volume, eat more vegetables or something instead. So I've been doing that instead of actually making rice or potatoes, really. But since I have a lot of extra carbs to eat, we're gonna make some rice and have some rice with my chicken and vegetables that I was supposed to have earlier. So we're gonna do that. But I'm going out of town again this weekend. So I'm going to Florida for a posing seminar. Me and my friend Ashlyn are going down there. So I've got to pack up some meals to carry with me, obviously. Because I was hoping he was going to give me another refeed, but give me where I can get Chipotle again. He said, well, I can just eat that out. But he didn't do that. So we just get extra carbs, which is still a great thing, obviously. So I got to prep up my meals to carry tomorrow. We're leaving tomorrow. I get my hair done tomorrow. So it's going to look, because I'm, not going to wear it up every day anyways. But it's going to somewhat look presentable. But I get that done, and after that, we're leaving and going down to Florida. We're going to spend the night just because it's over 4 hours there. So then last time I went to a seminar, I drove all back. I got up super early and went that morning, had a seminar, and then came home, and I'm not doing that again. And I was by myself. So it was a long day. Like, it was exhausting, just so exhausting. So we're not doing that again. So we're spending the night, and that way we can also go tomorrow and go to the gym when we get down there. And then the posing seminar is at Kissimmee Muscle Gym. So you can stay and work out there after the seminar. So we're going to do that Saturday. I'm really excited. The last seminar I went to was just really informative, and you get to meet, some people because Georgia, there's just not much bodybuilding, like community-wise. It's just not, but in Florida there is, there's a big bodybuilding community in Florida. So it's cool to be around people that are interested in, the same thing you are. So I try to take advantage of these opportunities because it's free, and you get to meet some of the pros. This is not working out very well. and get some advice from them as far as on your posing routine, and just get to market and, you know, just be around people of the same interest as you are. So I'm really excited. Ashlyn's interested in possibly getting into bodybuilding, but she's just not quite sure. So this will be a good experience for her. And I'll get to have somebody there with me that I know as well, because last time I went, like I said, I went by myself and there was not anybody there that I knew. So it was just a little bit, you know, just a little intimidating going by yourself to a whole new place and whatnot. So I'm excited she's going with me, but we're gonna have a good time. But we got the meal prep, we'll do some potatoes and some more chicken and vegetables, of course. But both days will be, because tomorrow I get 40 extra carbs, and then Saturday we're gonna train, so I'll get extra carbs that day too. So I won't be on low carb either day. So I'll have to prep up take some carbs with us. But I'm gonna try to film as much as possible of the seminar Saturday. Try to get some clips of everything. Hopefully we'll meet some cool people. But today, like I said, was a rest day, so I just went to the gym this morning and did right at 50 minutes on the treadmill. I did a couple core exercises, did my vacuums. I've been being sore from this new training split from last week, started it last week, so that's been being sore, but it's been good. I've been enjoying it. Although yesterday I did legs and I was doing hip thrust, and my hamstrings kept cramping, like they would not stop. And I'd stand up, stretch them, and bend over and try to loosen them up a little bit, but they just kept cramping. So I got to make sure I'm drinking plenty of water, but I got to make sure I keep my sodium up so that doesn't affect. Because last prep, when I got probably around this time, or maybe a little earlier, I guess because I was eating such little food, and I seasoned my food, but I just not been taking in enough electrolytes, as you know, in comparison to how much water I was drinking and how much I was sweating. But I would wake up in the middle of the night, like I'd be laying there on my back, and my calves would cramp up, and I'd literally sit up in bed and like grab my legs and have to like flex my feet up to stretch my calves or stand up. It was so bad. Like it would happen all the time. Like just from me laying there and the weight of the covers on top of my feet, just pushing my toes down, they would cramp up. Oh my gosh, it was awful. So I refused. Not let that happen again. And I guess it just has to be. I just wasn't, my electrolytes were not balanced. So we're gonna do our best to prevent that this time. But that happened yesterday. There's been one other instance where I kind of was having some cramps. I caught one in my ab the other day. Last week, I bent over to grab something, and when I bent over, it literally caught. And I was like, oh, and I like stood up and had to like lean back and stretch, and it was like a ball. It was like a knot right here in this ab. And it was just like, I just like massaged it and tried to rub it out, and it went away. But it caught, and I was like, oh my gosh, like it was terrible. So they've periodically made their appearance, but there haven't been nothing like they were last time. So I'm thankful for that. But I did go ahead and ask my coach as far as registering for the show, setting up for makeup or the hotel and all that stuff, when I kind of need to do that. So he told me, he said the hotel, go ahead and book it, because you can always cancel it, if you cancel it so far in advance, you don't get charged or anything. The show, I need to register like 2 to 3 weeks out, so we're almost at 5 weeks, so I'm waiting a little bit. You don't want to register too early, just in case something happens. You have someone pass away, you get sick, or something drastic happens with your health, as far as like if your digestion starts freaking out, or if you just have something happen. You don't want to be committed to it and already paid, for the show, because you're not going to get your money back. So you want to wait till close to time, just like maybe 2 weeks out, just to register, because you never know what's going to happen. you could get in a car wreck, you know, God forbid, like you don't want any of that to happen, obviously, and you don't plan for it to, but you just never know. So you don't want to waste all that money. But I'm doing the DIY pro tan, like I showed y'all in one of my previous videos, so I don't have to worry about booking a tan. But I've got to figure out what I'm going to do with the whole makeup situation, because I'm just not a makeup girl. Like, I'm just not, clearly, because I never wear any, like, ever. I used to, but I just can't be bothered anymore. And obviously this makeup needs to be a little bit more extravagant than your everyday makeup, because you're on stage, you have the lights, you need to make sure you don't get washed out, and then your face somewhat has to mesh well with your tan. You don't want it to be the exact same color, but it does kind of have to blend well. So you have to figure out what foundation to use to match that. But there are tutorials like on YouTube that I've watched from different girls, and I just need to go and buy some makeup and do some trial runs and see if I can do it, because obviously it'll be a lot cheaper if I do it myself, but you want it to be done right, obviously. So I'm debating, and you don't have to worry about having a appointment, because there's girls that'll be having an appointment at like 4 a.m. Like, it'll be ridiculous, and I just refuse. Like, my sleep is gonna be too precious. That's just gonna be messing up my routine. As far as that morning of the show, you want to be good and rested, and not have your face been made up for like 10 hours before you even get on stage. Like, because Bikini always goes last anyway, so I'm not going to go on stage till probably like around lunchtime, around noonish. So that'll be awful. So I got to decide. I need to decide soon. My cousin did my makeup for my first show back in 2019. It wasn't an NPC show, but she did it, and she did a great job. But she doesn't live around here anymore, so I need to either find somebody else or figure out how to do it myself. I would love to do it myself, just so I don't have to depend on anybody else and just get it done. I'm going to do my own hair, so I've decided that, because I'm just going to add some curl to it, because I talked with my posing coach, and she agreed. She's like, I think you need some kind of wave in your hair, but not necessarily like tight curls or anything, because my hair doesn't hold curl very well with like a curling iron, so I'll have to use a wand, which is fine. I have one of those, and I can just touch it up throughout the day if I need to, just so it has a little bit more body, because it is really fine and thin. But when I get it done tomorrow, I'm just getting it dyed back darker. Like, it's still the same color, but my roots have just grown out some. So I'm just getting that touched up, redone, just get the ends slightly trimmed. I may see if she can kind of cut it as like a V, so that when it's back, it kind of has that V shape to go along with my V taper, and it just kind of looks so you can still see my waistline and everything, so it doesn't hide it. But like I said, my hair is not really thick, so it's probably not going to be a problem anyways. But anyways, that's just a thought. But I've got these potatoes chopped up now. They were a little bigger than I thought they were, because that's why I didn't put on a cutting board. I just kind of, did what I had to do without dirtying something else. But we're going to season these up. This rice is cooking. It shouldn't take very long, because I'm ready to eat it. But we're just going to do, let me see what season I want to do. I've really been liking one of these. My best friend gave me some of these for Christmas. She knows who she is. But my chicken that I'm eating, I seasoned with this. So this is roasted garlic, rosemary, and sea salt. But these are, I showed y'all these before. But these you can find at like TJ Maxx, Marshall's. They have all those different spices and different odds and ends at those stores. And this is where, I know you can find them there, but there may be other places too that you can get them. I'm not really sure, but they're good. They're different blends and stuff to use. But I just kind of put it in the cap and then just kind of sprinkle around. So I'm gonna bake these at 350 for probably about 30 minutes, depending on how thick they are. So I can make me some meals for tomorrow. I got to figure out what else I'm going to eat tonight to fill up my carbs. I'm going to eat 150 grams of rice, and then with my chicken, and then I was gonna do my protein ice cream for dinner. So I'm probably gonna put a banana, or not dinner, but my last meal. I'm gonna put a banana with that because I have a banana, and then I get a rice cake anyways. But I still have like 20 or 30 carbs left to hit, so I have some like frozen fruit as well, or an English muffin. I haven't really decided, so we're gonna figure out. But I want to show you guys this while I'm videoing. So I found this the other day at Walmart, and my posing coach, she had posted it on her YouTube channel before when she was prepping, and she liked it. So it's another low calorie, like sweet thing to have at night, or just during the day when you want something but you can't really eat anything at the moment. But it's this glazed lemon loaf tea. So it's supposed to, it's just got a really sweet flavor, but it's a dessert worthy tea with tangy notes of lemon and velvety creamy vanilla. And it's caffeine free, so you can have it at night and not affect your sleep any. But she had posted about this in one of her preps a long time ago. But I happened to see it at Walmart. I'm gonna get that, like, whenever I'm, even lower calories and whatnot. I've been hitting up the Jell-O pretty hard, I'm not gonna lie. The Jell-O has been my friend. I've been trying to control myself and not go too ham. But I have a thing of orange Jell-O in the fridge, and then I stocked up on all my different, array of boxes and flavors. So, been trying not to overdo it, but like I said before, it only has like 1 gram of protein for a fourth of the box. So it's, pretty negligible amount, so I'm not stressing about it, but just trying not to, go too far. This is probably the first week that I've started, I'm not food focused, but and I'm not really craving anything specific at all, but I've just kind of like started wanting some things, like just kind of thinking about it more than I have been, but not to a severe degree at all or anything like that. But I was telling people the other day that I was talking to, because they're asking me like, what do you want to eat when you get out, after your show and this and that. I just want to eat out. Like, I just want to have a meal at a restaurant. I don't really care. It could be something healthy. I don't even care if it's a cheap, or treat or anything like that. Like, I had Chipotle last weekend, that was out. But I've just been eating, like, I make everything at home that I've been eating. Like, I have not been eating out at all on prep. And my first prep, that's not something I did. Like, I still would eat out, but I would just track it, but I would get something from a restaurant. And I just haven't done that. For one, I haven't really had the opportunity, like, we haven't really went out to eat. And, like, Rex hasn't really asked me to or anything. Like, he wanted Kobe, like Japanese, a couple times, and like the rice has oil in it, the vegetables have oil that I don't really know how much, So I've just opted to not eat it. And I'm like, you can get you something, but I'll just eat something at home. And I think that's what's been a game changer this prep too, is I've been like so consistent with everything, and there's no like question if it's actually been the macros that I've been tracking. So that's something that's different. So I'm just ready to eat out and have just a little more freedom as far as choosing things to eat. But I've been very consistent with what I've been eating. Like, I've been eating obviously a lot of the same foods, but I've also been trying to not eat too much of the same thing, because your body can kind of develop these intolerances or sensitivities to things. Like people that overdo egg whites. Egg whites is a big one that a lot of people become sensitive to. So I've been trying to not have them. I have them on pretty much every day, but not in like an insane quantity. Like, I'll have them I'll put, like, 1 serving is 46 grams. Like, I'll put 1 serving in my cream of wheat with my protein powder, and have that every day. And then I might have them again, just have like a couple servings that night or something. But some people be eating egg whites like crazy, like 3 meals a day, 3 or 4 like servings, whatever it is. And I've been definitely trying not to do that, so I don't develop any kind of sensitivity or digestion issues. Because your body eventually, if you feed it the same things so much, sometimes it quits digesting and it just doesn't want to cooperate. So that's something I've been trying to do well with and not overdo anything and kind of mix up my sources. Still been avoiding the dairy though. I've done well without the dairy. That's another thing too, when I eat after my show, I'm fixing to eat this meal that I had already measured out. And now I get to eat it with my rice. But after my show, the last thing I need to do is go eat this big old thing of ice cream or something with all this dairy in it and all this cheese. Like, that's one thing, like if I want pasta or pizza or something with all this cheese, like that's really not a good thing for me because my stomach is probably gonna freak out. So I'm like, well dang, like that kind of, because I don't want to get sick either. Like that's the thing, you can really screw up and end up getting, you know, having this major stomach ache and be so sick, and I don't want to do that. So we're gonna be careful with what we choose to have post-show, and just still enjoy ourselves, but just not overdo it, because it's definitely a possibility if you're not careful. But guys, I get 150 grams of rice. I am pumped. I have not had this much rice in a while. So it's so crazy, like how your view of what's a lot of rice and what's not changes over time. Because like whenever I was in my off season and I was trying to get in, I got up to 280 grams of carbs, and I would fix my, I was plugging in my Fitness Pal, and it's like I would do 100 grams of rice, and I'd still be under like 60 grams of carbs for the day. And I'm like, babe, eat more rice, like put more in there. But it's like your mind, like you get in like these certain, used to these certain like serving sizes or portions, and you're like, I could really just eat more of that. Like, why do I have to, you know, figure out a new meal or figure out a new food to put in when I could just eat more of what I'm already eating? But it's like your mind, you're so used to measured out this much. And that's one thing when I was younger and I first got into like tracking food or eating healthy and stuff. You know, they always tell you for your proteins, 3 ounces, like the palm of your hand, 3 or 4 ounces. Girl, I eat 7, 8 ounces. That ain't even, no. That's half of what I normally eat at a meal. But it's like crazy how just your perspective and what you've been told affects what you think, kind of thing. Anyways, I have talked enough. I'm fixing to eat this with my little bit of butter spray that I put on there. And just some salt. It's gonna be glorious. All right, but I'm gonna take a picture of this and put it on the Instagram, since I was supposed to be doing my full day of eating. This has been went kaput today because my it's not worked out. But anyways, I'm gonna finish meal prepping, but I will update you guys in a little bit or in the morning of how things go. Meal prepping, getting ready for tomorrow. I'll probably show you what I pack and stuff, but I'll see you in a little bit. Good morning, you guys. It is the next day, obviously. But I ended the last clip last night telling you guys I was meal prepping. I was going to show you my meals, what I was packing to go to Florida this weekend. But as I was looking through some of my footage, I already have a decent amount of footage from this week. I know it's mainly just me talking, so it's not a whole lot of anything exciting wise, but it's just a prep update where I've been mentally and just what's going through my brain. But instead of making this video like an hour long, because I do plan on recording a lot this weekend with this posing seminar, and traveling on prep, just giving you guys tips of how to eat healthy on the go, and then training at these new gyms. I want to get a lot of footage, so I think I'm gonna split this up into 2 videos, just like a part 1 and part 2. Tomorrow we hit 5 weeks out. But so I was just going to end this video here. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a like. I know it's just me talking about everything, but if you guys, enjoy learning more about the process, it's still interesting. But give it a like, subscribe to my channel if you are not already. Please, it helps my channel grow. I appreciate the support. I'm enjoying doing this YouTube thing, and I want to try to just continue to grow and do everything. So y'all leave a comment down below if there's a video idea you want me to do, whether it's a sit down video talking about something specific, or if you like these vlogs, because once prep is over, I do still plan on documenting like my off season, because that's just as important, if not more important, than the actual prep for a bodybuilding show. And if you take it seriously, it's there's not a whole lot different as far as you're still tracking macros, still prepping, still training. So it's still very important. So I want to show that side of it, not just the shredded side. I want to show, gaining healthy weight, gaining, muscle tissue, and all of that. But I want to do some other types of videos as well to give you guys some variety. So if you have anything you want to see, please leave me a comment down below. Share these videos with your friends. If you have anybody interested in bodybuilding, please share this, with them. I try to be as raw as possible. I'm not one to put on a face or act any kind of way. I'm going to give you how I really feel. Just how I am. Never been good at hiding how I feel. So I guess it has a positive side. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want to see, the meal prep, traveling with my meals, what this posing seminar is all about, please watch the next video. So we hit 5 weeks out tomorrow, so we're getting down to it, a little over a month left. But it's going good. Hope you guys are enjoying this process. But I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.